What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Torino Career Mode. This is episode number 64, and we start today's episode off with a couple of scouting reports here from one scout based in Brazil and one scout based in Italy. We signed one player to our academy, and then we just rejected the rest of them because they weren't looking too good, and there you go. And also, as you can see, Paulo Dybala has left the club for £66.6 million. You could probably tell by the title, wasn't going to be anyone else. We sold Dybala for £66.6 million, and our young Argentine striker is off to Camp Nou, or the new camp, however you want to say it, and he is no longer part of our squad after just a few months here, because of course we signed him in the summer transfer window. He banged in quite a few goals for us, and now he's on his way to Barcelona. So we've made an unbelievable profit on the young striker. Are we going to be ruining this decision in years to come? Well, I'm not too sure, to be honest, because yes, he's got the potential to be very, very good indeed, but that money was it was too much to turn down, like it really was. You know, the transfer fee on its own, which Barcelona submitted, the first fee was worth considering. To get £66.6 million for the guy, I mean, he's valued at £14 million. Yes, he could get better, but the profit we've made on him, I mean, seriously, £52 million profit. It was just too much to turn down, really. Still, replacements here at Torino. We are going to be looking for a new striker with the money we've got, of course, and as you can see right here, for the first time when managing Torino, we can choose between the best players in the world. You know, we really can. We can look at some of the best forwards in world football right now and try and get them to Torino because of the money we have. It is a unique scenario for us. I don't think we'll ever experience it again during this career mode save. We can sign basically anyone we want because of the money we've got right now. And, you know, hopefully we'll be able to pick up someone who will do just as good as Dybala, because he'll be a few ratings higher. And, of course, he will be a few years older as well. But either way, whoever we pick up, hopefully will bang in the goals all the same anyway, which is the most important thing. So you can look at the strikers we're looking at right now. One was Marco Reus, and yes, I know he's listed as a left midfielder, but I think Reus can play through the middle and, of course, as a striker as well. When I used him, I heard a Berlin save. I used him as a striker in quite a few games. He's certainly got the stats to do that, so no problem playing Reus up top. But as you can see, you got Aguero, you got Costa, you got Müller I was looking at as well, Lewandowski as well. Also, I thought as well maybe going low ball and gambling on a younger striker as well, like we did with Dybala, to try and improve him and possibly sell him on for a profit as well. So I was looking at Griezmann of Atletico Madrid, and also Dos Santos of Sevilla. Just players who, you know, well, Dos Santos not really the same as Griezmann, but either way, players who, you know, aren't in their late 20s just yet and could still grow and get even better, and then possibly sell them on for a bigger fee in years to come. But still, as you can see, all of the clubs said no for the bids we put in. Not a real surprise, to be honest, as they were valuation bids or lower than their valuation bids. However, Chelsea were the only club that did accept a transfer offer. That was for Diego Costa. So Costa, as you can see, wouldn't be a bad signing at all to replace Dybala with. He's 86 overall, and he's not in his very late 20s just yet. As you can see, he's 27 years old. So Costa coming in wouldn't be a bad signing to replace Dybala at all. But the main strikers I was really wanting, or the main attacking players I should say, were Müller, Aguero and Reus. One of those three coming in were my primary targets. But Costa for £34 million, well, I wouldn't say no to that deal exactly if that was the only club that would negotiate with us. But as you can see, Mourinho did say £34 million is okay. 28 years old, sorry, Costa, not 27. But either way, 28 years old, 86 overall, and for £34 million, that is his valuation. I mean, he's got a couple years minimum before he starts to decrease, and there's no saying that he wouldn't, even grow a rating, for example. Costa coming in wouldn't be a bad replacement for Dybala at all. But of course, the main strikers I was really wanting, or the main attacking players, were Müller, Reus, and of course Sergio Aguero. Wouldn't be against Lewandowski either, but of course Reus gives you that option of playing out wide, which, I love versatile players, so Reus would be a great option to play out wide and up top as well, and he's 27 years old. He could still grow higher than 87 as things stand. Aguero, of course, the best striker out of the bunch we've looked at right now, and of course Müller has those high work weights. He's really, really versatile, which I love, and he's got a ton of stamina too, so not really sure what's going to happen, but Costa wouldn't take a pay cut, unsurprisingly. He gave us a counter offer. But how about this? Real Madrid did accept the follow-up bid we put in for Aguero. They rejected the first one. I upped it to £45 million, and they said, yeah, okay, fair enough. He's on a 4.5-year deal at Real Madrid right now. He actually signed for them in the summer transfer window, and he's on 240 grand a week. One of the big problems with managing Torino is that we are not established yet as a really big club in world football. Even though we are getting there gradually, we're still not established just yet. So the players may not want to leave, their club to come to us, which, you can't really blame them for doing so. I mean, Real Madrid to Torino, yes, we're getting far better in the game. Obviously, we're still a long way off their level. So you wouldn't be surprised if Aguero's to turn it down, just like Costa did here. He wasn't happy with the counter offer. He wasn't happy with the offer, so we put in a new one, and we'll wait and see what he says. But either way, one of those strikers will, hopefully come in soon enough. Again, hopefully it'll be one of Muller, Royce, or Sergio Aguero. It wouldn't be against Lewandowski either, or Costa, really. I mean, any of those strikers right now, we're looking at them all and just hoping that one of those clubs will accept a bid, like Real Madrid and Chelsea have, and then the players will accept a contract. But I think it could take a while to negotiate a contract with these players because, again, Torino, we are making good strides. We are going places in world football. There's no denying that. We are going to be a big team, and we're becoming a big team already, but we are still a long way off those sort of clubs. But either way, I'm sure we will get one of those players, and there you go. And it's great to have this money to work with. We've never had it before, and I really do hope that this could be a really, really good transfer sort of negotiation with us. We can sell one of our best young players, yes, which is a bit of a shame, but to replace him with a world star in football, that could just completely transform the club. But we'll have to wait and see. So we take on Lazio for the first and only game of today's episode here as Lazio come and take us on in a Coppa Italia quarter-final tie. So taking on Lazio here, of course the board have set us aims of winning this competition, so we do need to start playing first-team players in it. And the first goal would be scored 7 minutes in. Paulo Dybala may have left the club, but Ciro Immobile shows the fans exactly what they still have. This guy was our top goal scorer last season. He was injured at the start of the season. He got injured in the Super Cup, was out for 2 months, but he's come back. He's looked very solid since then, and yes, selling Dybala is a bit of a shame because he was banging in the goals left, right and centre. Still got plenty of time to grow into one of the best strikers in world football, but Immobile, he does the job. He puts the ball in the back of the net, so he does the most important thing we need from a striker. So Immobile is going to continue his form, hopefully even without Dybala here, and he does make it Torino 1, Lazio 0. And in the 23rd minute here, Clement Grenier's on the ball for us and finds Baselli. Baselli tries to slide it through towards Immobile, and sometimes you get a bit of fortune in FIFA, and that was definitely one of those moments. I got very, very lucky there. The through ball with Baselli wasn't the best. Lazio cut the ball out with a defensive partnership there, and then they just ran into each other and fell over. It was genuinely one of the most comical pieces of defending I've ever seen. I don't really know what on earth happened there. I mean, talk about a lack of communication. That was really, really embarrassing. And Immobile just says, thank you very much. I'm going to run onto that and smash the ball past your goalkeeper. So Torino 2, Lazio 0. A very, very lucky goal there. That's the one time I think I'll ever see that in FIFA. I don't think I've ever seen two players running into each other before and falling over to give me a free shot of goal. Still, Torino 2, Lazio 0. But in the 31st minute, a good chance for the away side to get themselves back in the game as they get on the ball here and find Candreva. He slides it through towards Lombardi, and despite there being no celebrations, the goal did indeed stand. I don't really know why. It just cut straight to the replays. But either way, Lombardi smashes the ball in, past Falco at his near post, and Cristiano Lombardi does make it Torino 2, Lazio 1. So Lazio back in the game at this point, and in the 38th minute, a good chance for them to come from 2 goals down to equalise, while Nazi shoots from just outside the area, but Falco makes a good save, and our young goalkeeper turns it behind for a corner. So still Torino 2, Lazio 1, and just before half-time, a good chance to make it 3-1. Grenier finds Poloski here. Poloski slides it through towards Ciro Immobile. Immobile shoots from just outside the area, but he doesn't really get hold of it. The goalkeeper makes the save, and eventually the Lazio defender kicks it off Grenier, and it goes behind for a corner. So still Torino 2, Lazio 1, but other than the goal they scored and the other one chance they had, Lazio weren't looking too strong when going forward, whereas defensively, they weren't really doing a good job either. As you can see in the 48th minute, just 3 minutes after the restart, Torino won a penalty here. We played the ball through towards Poloski. He was running through one-on-one. Nazi was trying to catch up for Lazio, but the only way it was going to prevent Poloski from presumably putting the ball into the back of the net was pulling him down with the shirt pull, and as Poloski hits the deck, the referee has no hesitation in awarding a penalty. So penalty to Torino, a great chance to make it 3-1 here, and Immobile does indeed score from the spot kick to grab his hat-trick. And I've said it before a couple of times in this episode, I'll say it again, Selling Dybala, yes, a bit of a shame because of how good he was as a young striker, only here for a few months, growing a couple of ratings, looking like he could grow into one of the best strikers in world football in a few years' time. But Immobile, he gets the job done. He scored a hat-trick in this game, he's playing about his regular strike partner, and he's still looking just as good in front of goal. So Torino 3, Lazio 1, and in the 66th minute the game was effectively killed off as a contest here, as a Lazio player received a straight red card for this challenge on Paragini. He came off the bench, our young striker here, and this was an interesting one because, as you can see, the Lazio player does get all of the ball, but he also takes quite a bit of Paragini as well. Is it a foul, a booking, and a booking or a red card? I mean, if it's a foul, I don't really know whether we've got to give a card for that. I thought a foul would have been, would have sufficed, basically. I didn't really feel like it needed a booking, let alone a red card, but the referee gave a straight red card. I personally would have just given a foul for that, and maybe a booking, so he did come through the side of him, but either way, a straight red card was what he got, and that killed the contest off. After that, Lazio couldn't get back into the game. They had a man disadvantage. We controlled possession from there on out, and we go through to the Coppa Italia semi-final. So delighted with that, and another win notched up with Torino in another competition. But that does end the episode, guys. So as always, a big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode of Torino Career Mode, then please do leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Torino Career Mode very soon.